Chapter 24. Means and Approach to Deep Sadhana. 1. Mantra is nothing but a source and means to be with mind of a sadhak or spiritual aspirant. On becoming one with the mind, mantra must be dissolved by itself in self and become part of it. Mantra must originate from the Navel Centre. Initially mind must listen it deeply inwardly through ears, then just whisper before it becomes one with the mind, and later its vibrations get dissolved in cosmos through apex center after it turns into divine light in the Chida Akash on crossing Unmani Chakra. 2. Blind faith needs to be developed on master for spiritual progress, but one must be very careful in choosing master. Having blind faith is prerequisite, but one must be quite sure that on who he is having blind faith is not spiritually blind, he must be enlightened. 3. Biggest and highest blessings on a person are if he is assisted by God to follow the divine path in his life. All other showers on him are just materialistic, transit and mutative only. 4. The physical death of the human body is when it gets disintegrated into multiple pieces. Then it cannot function. But death of the mind is when it is fully integrated and completely concentrated. Because mind lives in fragments, in pieces, does multiple activities, and it is present at multiple places in no time. However, when it is integrated or concentrated, it disappears. It means Maya or illusion disappears, and Supernal appears. Human soul joins Supernal either in the Nirvikalpa or Savikalpa Samadhi. Disappearance of mind is the aim of sadhana and God's realization. Longer the duration of disappearance of mind, more the time one is with Almighty or God. 5. Religious man is he who can sit within him and does not need any external company of any kind. He is self-sufficient. He is alone, but he never perceives loneliness. 6. Japa or repetition, the name of Almighty or God, is most significant and important since it is the bridegroom in one's marriage. Without full integration of japa of God in the mind, mergence is not feasible. One may have everything but not the bridegroom, then marriage cannot be performed. 7. When man dies, his subtle body or sukshma sharira from every part of his physical body leaves or gets disintegrated from the physical body. It is very painful, like a surgical operation. That is the reason that man becomes unconscious before death. 8. Writing autobiography has no significance if one hides the negative side of his life. Everyone certainly has both positive and negative sides in his life. 9. God is karta or doer of everything as reaction of one's actions or karmas or deeds. However, he or God can easily rectify, if he wishes, even after execution. That is his greatness. He is the supreme authority. 10. A man must lead inward and outward life for all-round spiritual progress. Those who lead only outward worldly life become money monikers. They will have lot of wealth along with all worldly comforts but not peace in life. On the contrary, those who lead only inward life become monk with time, however, they will have peace. One must choose middle path and lead both internal and external life in a balanced way to be with God internally and earn money by right means in the external world. Basically, wealth of external world and inner peace of God inwardly is both divine. Both must be worshipped and treated with due respect. 11. Those who are always busy throughout the day with external activities don't allow their mind to relax and look into the depth of their mind. Their mind behaves like a monkey when they are alone without external work. Their mind can never be in peace with inward probing. They cannot take inward spiritual journey and suffer with various mental and health ailments in due course. One must always spare time to sit with the self and observe his breaths every day to be in peace and to make all-round progress in divine and worldly life. To be silent without much external communication preserves internal energy to be channelized in various positive directions. 12. The void appeared in cosmos is by cosmic energy, cosmic power and Aum vibration of very less amplitude having high frequency. In the time frame of billion of years, Aum and Amin vibrations generate sound energy without any rubbing that might convert cosmic energy or power gradually into the fire, which might turn or transform into gas in long run and expand or spread all around. When it travels a long path in cosmic void, it loses its energy gradually and get condensed, which take the form of Earth, planets, stars and various other asteroids. These might break with time and this process goes on and on. By cohesion, by colliding and collision of various asteroids, planets etc., electromagnetic spark may get generated, which might give appearance of different species in the universe. Still the question remains unanswered that from where this void, energy and vibrations and so on get generated, which result in formation of electrons, gases, atmosphere and so on. The net phenomenon is beyond apprehension of little human mind. 13. In the human system, presence of life force or pranic force with the aid of immense strong Aum vibrations might get disintegrated that might generate cosmic power, cosmic energy and cosmic divine light in the human brain. This is possible by yogic sadhana of various kinds and by practice of deep meditation leading to absolute mental silence. Only then this divine cosmic light is emitted from the human skull or apex center that lead to ecstasy or samadhi or mergence with the supernal and mind may be extinguished temporarily. Only under these conditions and by the grace of Almighty or God this divine cosmic light with soul energy travel upwards and merges with the supernal cosmic energy. This is complete transient breathless state and this only happens in the state of suspended breath. It may be the state of awareness in the beginning and might turn to be the state of partial awareness in due course. Gradually, remaining pranic energy, that is not converted in divine light, returns back to the human system and body function starts by itself with awareness as earlier. The state of complete unawares is the state of nirvikalpa samadhi. One enters to this state fully only after physical death. 14. Man lives in repetition. He breathes repeatedly, eats the same food again and again. Everything is repetition. One cannot live without repetition of his activities again and again. Mantras and God's name are also repetition. Chanting of these churns the system and leads to generate energy like in Samundar Manthan, that is churning of ocean water. This energy finally may enlighten a person by Almighty's grace. In Guru Granth Sahib, the holy book of Sikhs, there is mostly repetition of God's praise in different ways, words and forms. Day and night, months and years, all are in cycle of repetition. Thus the life of a man, which is endless cycle of repetition till he is liberated from the cycles of birth and death. 15. Intellect or mind and heart or emotion are the basis or core of material and spiritual world, respectively. Mind is above animal instinct but much different than emotions and pure heart. Science and mind are superior in external world, but these are not comparable with religion and God. Mind needs to be dissolved to be with the God and to make dent even to conceive spiritual sciences. 16. Along with mind, eyes are the basic prerequisite for understanding science and experimentation, etc. But to understand religion and spirituality, the capacity and power of deep listening, that is healthy ears, are most essential requisites that lead to deep understanding and thinking. Deep listening is extremely difficult. Listening should be so deep such that listening must create vibrations in the navel center and should be able to generate Udana Prana, a source of spiritual energy in the system that awaken the Kundalini power, which after climbing to apex center may merge with the supernal and aspirant may get self-realization by the blessings of Almighty or God. 17. When one wants to speak, vibrations are generated in the navel center. When these generated vibrations reach through heart to throat, Basant is created, and by this Para Shakti or power or energy, emotional words appear in throat under the influence of pure heart, and then we speak through mouth very loving and pleasant words, which touch the heart and mind of the listener. On the contrary, deep listening is in reverse order that create Udana Prana in the navel center, and it may create emotions if words touch the heart provided words are from the heart of the speaker. Otherwise it will be just mechanical listening only. 18. There are 5 types of tapans or depths for an individual in his life, namely for Petra, ancestors who are no more, food for hungry person, care for plants and animals, created life force by spiritual efforts and its mergence with soul, and are deep silence to Almighty or God. Even good and bad actions are just created by thinking. Bad thinking by mind creates sins. One has to suffer mentally as reaction to his sins. Wrong deeds give physical punishment, but wrong and bad thinking give us mental harassment and problems in due course. 19. For mergence with cosmic power or energy, mind is to get separated from life force and breath has to get seized by itself for the blissful state to appear. Under this state nada or divine voice transforms to anahad or silence, and the realization is experienced. Only under this achievement, life force after transformation from Udana Prana passes through coccyx, sacral, dorsal, lumbar, and cervical and medulla before it merges with supernal, and divine blessing is poured through apex center to the devotee. 20. Sun or light do not know what darkness is. Darkness immediately disappears as soon as light or knowledge or sun or jnana appear. 21. In this world man changes only the shape of material to make different products, it means material shape changes. Basically, there is no alteration in the existing elements of the material. Gold being same can be transformed to different ornaments, ocean remains the same, the change occurs in the wave pattern. We have to live in this turmoil only. We are the part of this great worldly ocean. Ocean will never be perfectly calm. Life diminishes in time frame and reappears again and again with different varied evolutions. 22. For our survival, we don't have control on air, we breathe. We don't have control on water, we consume. We have only little control on food, which we take. So, food must be taken selectively and judicially to be healthy and gay. On one side food is diet to live, it also acts as medicines to keep us free of diseases and control them accordingly on the other hand. 23. In human life there will always be miseries and troubles of one type or the other. No one can escape these, living on the earth's surface. So, we must take vertical journey to be above all types of troubles to have peace and balance in life and thinking. In other words, we must be detached doing all mundane activities of life. 24. Yuga changes as per the thinking of the majority of people. Yuga change is the cause of mental inclination of majority of population. There is no change that occurs to plants and animal kingdom with this change. Sat Yuga is the Maryada Yuga. Sri Ram has followed ethics, so he is known by the name Maryada Purushottam. Lord Krishna period was Leela Yuga. Truth has been sacrificed in this period. Weapons were used to save the devotees. Present period is Kali Yuga. Majority of people are matured to handle any activity even by unethical means. present society is a mixture of different class of people. Some follows ethics of Sat Yuga, some follows medium path as in Dwapar Yuga, a few belong to Treta Yuga, and still some have light of ethics, but majority has no values in this period of Kali Yuga. It is period of full of desires and tamoguna.